Long before the rise of Egypt, Greece, or Rome, there was an ancient civilization that was said to have laid the very foundations of human society. They are known as the Sumerians. Their legends speak of the Anunnaki, powerful beings who came from the heavens to shape humanity. The Anunnaki are said to be mysterious deities or beings, and have long kept historians, mythologists, and even conspiracy theorists on their toes. The stories of these mysterious beings can be found in the ancient myths of Mesopotamia, particularly in Sumerian civilization. It was believed that the Anunnaki were powerful entities who had a hand in the creation of humans and the advancement of our ancient civilization. But were the Anunnaki ancient gods who first civilized Earth? Or are they just a myth that has been expanded and believed over the years? In this video, we will look into the origins of the Anunnaki, if they had a role in early human history, and whether there's any credibility to the claim that they were the ones who brought civilization to Earth. Let's get into the video. The name Anunnaki can be traced back to the Sumerian phrase Anunna, which means offspring of Anu, the sky god in Sumerian mythology. According to some researchers, Anunnaki itself can be translated to be those who came from the sky. The Sumerian beliefs suggest that Anunnaki were divine beings who descended from the heavens to interact with humanity. They were part of a pantheon that controlled various aspects of life, from agriculture to governance, and were said to be intermediaries between the gods and humans. The Anunnaki are closely associated with the city of Eridu, one of the earliest cities of ancient Mesopotamia, believed to have been founded around 5400 BCE. The Sumerians regarded this city as the birthplace of civilization, where the gods descended to impart their knowledge to humankind. This mythology centers around the idea that the Anunnaki had a hand in the creation of humans and in shaping human destiny, particularly in teaching early humans the arts of agriculture, writing, mathematics, and law. Much of what we know about the Anunnaki comes from the poem Enuma Elish, the Sumerian creation myth. The name comes from the first words of the poem, which in Akkadian means "when above." The text of this poem describes the Anunnaki's divine authority and their interactions with humanity, casting them as gods who oversaw the rise of Sumerian culture and society. However, the true nature of the Anunnaki, whether they were divine, mythological, or something entirely different, remains a point of speculation to this day. One of the most compelling arguments for the Anunnaki as the first civilizers of Earth lies in the story in Sumerian mythology. As the story goes, the Anunnaki did not simply reign over humans, they actively participated in the development of human society. For instance, the Anunnaki were said to have taught early humans how to cultivate crops, laying the foundation for agriculture, which was essential for the growth of cities and stable communities. They also imparted knowledge of writing, a revolutionary development that allowed humans to record their history, laws, and traditions. In addition, the Sumerians believed that the Anunnaki gave them the concept of law and order, creating codes of conduct that shaped early human governance. Anunnaki's influence wasn't limited to Sumerians either. According to some interpretations, this spread throughout Mesopotamia and beyond, influencing other early civilizations such as the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. These cultures also adopted similar myths and religious structures, leading some researchers to believe that the Anunnaki represented a shared mythological foundation across the ancient Near East. However, historians and archaeologists are still divided over whether Anunnaki's contributions to civilization can be considered literal or symbolic. Some argue that the Anunnaki were simply mythological figures used by the Sumerians to explain the unknown, while others suggest that they represent actual historical figures or events that were later worshipped. One of the most controversial interpretations of Anunnaki's role in human history comes from supporters of the ancient astronaut theory. This theory says that the Anunnaki were not gods in the traditional sense, but extraterrestrial beings who came to Earth in the distant past. They argue that these beings were responsible responsible for significant advancements in early human civilization, not through divine intervention, but through their superior technology and knowledge. Zecharia Sitchin, a well-known figure in this field, popularized the idea that the Anunnaki were ancient astronauts who visited Earth from a distant planet called Nibiru. According to Sitchin's interpretation of Sumerian texts, the Anunnaki came to Earth for gold, which they needed to sustain their planet's atmosphere. They created humanity through genetic engineering, mixing their DNA with that of early hominids to create a race of laborers who would mine gold for them. Sitchin's work, although widely dismissed by mainstream scholars, has gained significant support among those who believe in extraterrestrial intervention in human history. This idea goes well with many who question whether ancient civilizations could have achieved this level of invention without outside assistance. For example, the construction of massive structures like the pyramids of Egypt or the ziggurats of Mesopotamia raises questions about how early humans, without modern machinery, were able to build such massive monuments. However, some scientists argue that attributing these achievements to extraterrestrial beings underestimates human potential. Archaeological evidence shows that many ancient societies developed techniques for building complex structures through trial and error, using creativity and labor-intensive methods. The pyramids, for example, are believed to have been constructed using simple tools, a large workforce, and advanced knowledge of geometry and physics, all of which could have been achieved without extraterrestrial intervention. Also, they think aligning ancient structures with celestial bodies, such as the stars, is a reflection of humanity's curiosity about the universe, rather than evidence of contact with beings from another world. Early humans were skilled observers of the sky, and their alignment of buildings with celestial events may have been symbolic, representing their beliefs about the gods, seasons, or the afterlife. Another key prospect to the Anunnaki story is the ancient Sumerian cuneiform tablets, which offer some of the earliest written records in human history. These clay tablets provide insights into the beliefs, history, and daily life of the Sumerians. The cuneiform tablets have been a crucial source of knowledge for scholars studying the Sumerians and their impact on later civilizations. However, the interpretation of these texts has been the subject of controversy, particularly among those who support the ancient astronaut theory. So, were the Anunnaki truly the first civilizers of Earth, or are they merely a captivating myth passed down through generations? The answer, as with many ancient mysteries, depends on who you ask. From a mainstream historical perspective, the Anunnaki are seen as mythological deities, a reflection of the religious and cultural beliefs of the ancient Sumerians. However, for those who believe in alternative histories or the ancient astronaut theory, the Anunnaki represent ancient extraterrestrial visitors who influenced human civilization, imparting knowledge and technology that allowed early humans to thrive. The mysteries surrounding ancient structures, advanced knowledge, and the sudden rise of civilization all point, for some, to the possibility that we were not alone in our journey to become the dominant species on Earth. In the end, the story of the Anunnaki may never be definitively proven unless certain evidences spring up. Whether they were gods, aliens, or purely the products of myth, their legacy continues to inspire curiosity, debate, and different beliefs. What do you think about the story of the Anunnaki? If you enjoyed this video, follow us for more content on ancient myths and legends you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.